Hello my friends, Grim here. Thanks for hanging out for another D2 Resurrected video. This will be the first in a mini-series of us rolling runewords on camera for self-use, potentially, for profit, hopefully, and for your entertainment above all. And where better to begin than with Spirit, one of the most universally used, one of the most shockingly powerful runewords in the entirety of D2. That's without even considering just how cheap it is to make, both in terms of obtaining decent bases and, above all, in terms of how cheap the runes are that go into it. This is Thul, Thul, Ort, and of course, it has so many different selling points that are so useful to such a wide variety of builds and classes. My own brief history of rolling spirits online has been one of astonishingly lucky nonsense. The one I have on swap is the first one I ever rolled. It's got perfect 35% FCR. That is the most desirable trait you can get on a spirit, and you have a 1 in 11 chance of doing so. The fact that I got that right out of the gates first time ever, obviously very, very lucky. I then repeated the feat somehow. Don't deserve it. Didn't earn it. Just got lucky again. My second ever rolled spirit online, also 35% FCR. The other two variables we're looking at are mana, which can range from 89 to 112. I have 192 on my two existing options, respectively. And Magic Absorb, which is a really funky, really underrated, powerful defensive ability ranging from 3 to 8. I got a perfect 8 on this first one I ever rolled as well, and a 6 on the one I am maining. So, we have 3 bases on standby, a 147 defense Monarch, which is one off of perfect. Both of my ones that I have here have low rolls, and then another couple on standby, 142 and 137 respectively. Did not go out of my way to acquire superior Monarchs and stuff, doesn't seem particularly necessary to me, and maybe I spent some of the base budget for this mini-series on things that you'll see in the future, but for now we have 15 of each rune on standby and 14 hell runes to erase bad roll. So let's see if my luck with spirits has already been used up, or if we can repeat the miracle for a third 35% FCR rune word. Let's take a look. In clockwise order we begin. Thul, Thul, Ort, Am. 25% faster cast rate. I saw the 5 before the 2 and thought, hey, we're in business. Perfect Magic Absorb roll, but that's going to be a good old reroll. Thought I was so organized and so well prepared. Forgot all about the need for the Scrolls of Town portal. Thankfully, Mala bails us out. Next roll is 34% FCR, 107 mana, 8 Magic Absorb. I'm stopping here, and I'm using this for self-use on the second roll, and we've got a nice upgrade. Here's why. So look at the one we're maining. We've got 2 better Magic Absorb, 7 better mana, and 10 better defense. And you say, well, Grim, what about the FCR? It's only 34. Unlucky, close, but no cigar, right? Well, for sale and general use, maybe, but for self-use, it's actually perfectly fine. We are overcapped on the 99% FCR breakpoint by 4. Therefore, 34 is good for us. Sorry about all the 4s. On to the 142 base, and now I'll probably be a little stricter in terms of looking for those 35% FCRs, but we'll see. 26, 5, and 104. That's definitely our worst roll yet. My worst roll ever online, but I'm clearly the luckiest spirit roller in the history of time, so I guess that doesn't say much. Next up we got 26-1088, eerily similar to the one that we just held. Let's hell you too. $31, getting a little bit closer. That is at the lower bound of self-use, but it's got low mana and Magic Absorb rolls, so we will not even consider doing so. $28, 94, 7, another pretty low roll all in all. You know, if we just stopped here, I could be pretty happy and consider it mission accomplished. But we're not stopping here, obviously. We're not even halfway through all of our runes yet. 28, 110, and 8. Some okay rolls on the less important stats, for sure. But we go again. Thul, Thul, Ort, Am. 35 FCR, let's go. 106 mana and 8 magic absorb, so perfect magic absorb, perfect FCR, above average mana. That actually should easily displace my backup one, so look at that. We got 2 for self-use, and we now have 2 35% FCR spirits to sell. There's still 7 more cracks at it to go. This has been pretty nice, not gonna lie. Alright, our luck has been well above average so far with just these runes you've seen here today, to say nothing of what preceded it. Can our luck continue yet further? 31, acceptable for self-use, but not doing enough to displace anything else. $28. Pretty much just tossing that without looking at it too much more closely. We're well beyond the point where we need to consider such things. 26. Okay. Back in the cube with you. $31. Again, usable for us in particular, but not quite getting there otherwise. And I should note that we have 8% faster cast rate from the amulet. It is theoretically possible that we upgrade this amulet to something that is better but has a slightly lower cast rate, thereby necessitating a higher roll than 31. So obviously 35 is still ideal for resale, as well as potentially for self-use. But in any case, 12 rolls down, 3 to go. 29, and very bad otherwise. Alright, big energy for the last 2, come on. We got 1 more in us. 30, 95, 4. Alright, last time's the charm, say it with me. Tal, Thul, Ort, Am. 28% faster cast rate. You didn't say it with me. That's why we failed on this last one. So, this one we can keep in the stash for continued re-rolling in the future. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of this ugly roll right here, right now, just to send a message that that is not acceptable. But guys, we upgraded the main and the swap for self-use. Not that the swap is of terrible import, but if you're min-maxing your character, you might as well. And as mentioned, we've got 2 other 35% FCR ones to sell. Now, I will need to take a closer look at the numbers and see whether I actually want to keep this 31% FCR that I found for self-use, or whether that is a little bit too risky given the potential complications of a different amulet down the road. But for now, we are so happy with these rolls. I hope you found this enjoyable. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more rune words coming very soon.